Do you want to make absurd amount of silver without the need of any premium, focus, or spec? If that's the case, you are watching the right video because on today's episode, we will show you exactly one of my favorite items to make that can generate you so much silver with pretty much no crafting knowledge or experience. So how exactly did I came up with this item? Well, it was fairly simple. My friends told me, hey Nendys, let's go fishing, buy a fishing rod. And that's exactly what I went to do. But since I'm a little bit on the richer side, I wasn't just gonna use any fishing rod. I was gonna use an Albiononian fishing rod, which pretty much increases the amount of fish you get. So I went to the marketplace, I looked up fishing rod, and when I looked it up, I noticed something very strange. I saw that the price point was very high, something that was not normal for low tier items, such as tier 4s, tier 5s, and tier 6s. So something rang in my head and I knew right away that it was money. But before I did anything, I really had to make sure that I was making money. So I went to the marketplace and I saw exactly what it takes to make a fishing rod. Now it only really takes 3 things: planks, cloth, and Albiononian energy. So I opened my trusty Excel sheet and I placed these values. So I searched everything from tier 4s, tier 5s, tier 6s, and the prices of Albiononian energy. Then once my Excel was fully complete, I could simply just see how much money it would cost me to make every single of these Albiononian rods. Now that I'd done this, the only thing that I really had to do was see exactly how much money would each of these rods sell for. In this case, I would know exactly which ones to make. Now this Excel sheet is very good because it pretty much tells you exactly how much every single item on the game costs you to make, making it super mega efficient if you're trying to save time and know exactly what the best items for you to craft. Now if you're interested, you can get it over at my Patreon or completely for free over at QueenOfPremium's Twitch channel, and you just have to watch it for a couple of hours. Nevertheless, I went out and I knew exactly that there were 3 main tiers of fishing rods that I could do. I could do tier 4s, I could do tier 5s, and I could do tier 6s. So now that we knew this, we only really had one thing to do, which was set up a buy order for the energies. Now energies are currently at a low time value, meaning that they are super easy to buy as they are super cheap. I paid around 2,300 silver per energy, and how did I do so? Well, I pretty much set up a buy order for 5,000 pieces. And over the span of a couple hours, it filled up completely and I had my energies right away. And now, with this in mind, we really only had one thing to do, which was buy the rest of materials. So all the planks and all the cloths needed for the tier 6s, the tier 5s, and the tier 4s. Now the Excel sheet told me right away that the best 2 tiers would be tier 4 and tier 6. Tier 5 was also good, but the profit margin was slightly lower than the expected. Therefore, I didn't make as many. So the last thing we have to do is buy a very good salad. Now why exactly are we buying a salad? Because fishing rods are a little bit different than other tools. For example, a skinning knife does not have quality, meaning that every skinning knife is going to be exactly the same. But fishing rods do have quality, and the better the fishing rod, the more fishes you'll get along the way. So we really want to get excellence and even potentially masterpieces. So what we went out to do, and instead of using no salad or just a potato salad, we went out and we bought a Kraken salad. We bought it only a flat 6 that only costed 30,000 silver. But this has been more than enough to generate a little bit more crafting quality than we really need for our fishing rods. One more thing that we have to do is buy journals. Now journals are super mega good when it comes down to making a little bit more profit. Now one issue that you're probably going to be finding is that journals are overpriced a lot on the marketplace. So a lot of people don't know, but they can literally just buy any laborer they want, stick them into a house in their own island, and then go out into the island every single time they want to buy journals and just buy them straight from the laborer. And a lot of the times you actually can just flip it. and you can literally buy the journals on the labor for 4,000 and sell it on the marketplace for 6, 7, even 8,000 silver, making it actually a very good passive income and something that you don't have to spend a lot of time on. Nevertheless, we went out and we bought tier 4, tier 5 and tier 6 journal of Tinkerer because we are going to be crafting these things on the Toolmaker, and every single station has their own journal, and since it's Toolmaker, it's going to be Tinkerers. If it was, for example, a Mage Tower, it would be Imbuers, Hunter Lodge, Fletchers and Blacksmiths on the Forge. Anyways, off to the Toolmaker we went. We tried to go for the cheapest one possible. Unfortunately, we did not have associate, meaning that we pretty much paid full price to craft these, but honestly the taxes were not as bad as I expected, and off to the crafting session we went. Now I'm gonna play a little B-roll here, and hopefully we do get a lot of masterpieces and a lot of high quality, because I'll explain you why exactly we want these in a second.
You said that you've been lonely, makes you cold as ice. Hard to get to know me, but better than the lies. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye.
So now that we got the crafting out of the way, we actually got a little bit lucky and we got a tier 4 masterpiece. Now, it's sad that it wasn't the tier 6, but this tier 4 is still a great little bit of profit. Now, why exactly do we want the better quality fishing rods? Well, the most important part is that when you're crafting something, you should always aim for the lower. So in this case, we are going to be selling these fishing rods, let's say for example, for 70,000 silver, like the tier 4s. But if we have it on excellent, they don't sell for 70,000 silver, they sell for 120,000. And if they hit masterpiece, they become 800,000, meaning that we are just aiming to profit on the lower side of the quality, and everything else that we get above it, it means that it's extra profit, meaning that we're just pretty much calculating the lowest possible profit, and we're always getting surprised because we're always going to get higher quality. Now, in this case, it's very important that we know that we made a lot of money with these fishing rods. And let's calculate exactly how much money we made by this little 10-minute crafting session that, again, every single one of you guys can do as long as you can unlock tier 4 on fishing rod, which honestly takes you less than 20k silver to do. You just really have to study a couple of fishing rods tier 3. So, these are exactly the numbers breakdown on how much profit we made with this session. So in energies alone, we invested a little bit over 11.5 million. Now in materials and laborers and journals, we invested around 500,000 silver. This means that we pretty much made 12 million silver of an investment for this crafting session. And then after we sold everything, and I mean every single thing to the last bit, we sold for 21,823,000 silver, meaning that we pretty much had 10 million silver profit with this crafting session. And again, it didn't require any focus, it didn't require any premium or pretty much any spec. It just required tier 4, tier 5 and tier 6 fishing rod, which again, it's something that you guys can very easily do on your accounts. Anyways, that is all for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys are interested, you guys can check out either my Patreon or my Discord. The links are down below, as well as QueenOfPremium's Twitch channel if you guys want to earn that free Excel spreadsheet. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this, and as usual, Nendys out.